Okay, good morning to all of you. It is our pleasure that we are going to start 113th webinar. And today, our focus will be AI-mediated parenting. Before the presentation, I am requesting all of you, please close your hand for the inauguration prayer. Om Shahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahovir Karovabhai Tejasvina Bodhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The invocation prayer expresses a shared prayer between teacher and student for protection, nourishment, strength, and harmony in learning. So this prayer we regularly maintain for the Sunday webinar. And now I am requesting our Farah Ahmed to introduce RPRIT. Farah Ahmed is our program coordinator.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. So I'll start with the logo meaning. Rabbitic psychotherapy. Rabbitic psychotherapy, a transformation process designed for self-awakening in the treatment of psychological disorders and mental distress. It is developed by the esteemed president of our institute, Dr. Devdulal Dutta Roy, based on his prolonged research and treatment consisting of his patients. Rabindic psychotherapy draws inspiration from the creations of the great Rabindranath Tagore. It revolves around the use of therapeutic postulates, which are fundamental assumptions forming the basis of the theory. One key aspect of this psychotherapy is the avoidance of labeling. Instead, it encourages understanding others' consciousness. In Rabindic psychotherapy, consciousness is envisioned in three layers. The Murta layer, portrayed in gray, serves as a seat of attention, sensation, and perception. Moving to the Rag layer in the middle, we find the domain of feelings, emotions, memory, thinking, and their interconnected associations. This layer is vibrant and diverse, reflecting the colorful flows within consciousness. Finally, the innermost layer, portrayed in white, represents harmony with surroundings, aesthetics, and the path to creativity and innovation. This unique approach offers a profound understanding of the self and others. Ravindic Psychotherapy of Research Institute Trust logo is a symbol representing the transformative power of self-awareness. Tamsoma Jyotikamaya means exploring the truth by removing the error, which is psychometric approach. Rabindranath Psychotherapy Research Institute Trust was established on 1st July 2018. RPIT carries out researches in academic field and to promote the study and dissemination of knowledge of Rabindranath psychotherapy. Research-based teaching is the philosophy of Rabindranath Psychotherapy Research Institute Trust. RPIT created syllabus based on students' need. RPIT is functioning as pan-India. Indians from different parts of the country join RPIT courses every year. Both internal and external faculties are teaching here. The trust has more than 500 students. RPIT launches offline study center at Sriram Grand City Grand 1 nearby Nagar rail station, and RPIT has received its GST number also. The Academic Council of Rabindranath Psychotherapy Research Institute Trust plays an important role in academic activities and research. The council is comprised of chairman, secretary, and members having more than 10 years teaching and administrative experiences. General body member include Dr. Devdulal Dutta Roy, Ms. Sudipta Majumdar, Dr. Rama Manna, Dr. Subrata Basak, Dr. Satanshu Khatwa. Members are Dr. Devdulal Dutta Roy, Dr. Rituparna Basak, Dr. Zubi Nag, Dr. Pradipta Biswas, Dr. Sushmita Mukhopadhyay, Dr. Ishita Chatterjee, Dr. Subrata Saha. In 2025, RPIT successfully conducted 7 academic skills development and training programs with a total of 44 students enrolled. These programs focused on behavioral economics, machine learning and psychology, data science and allied sciences, social science, data analysis for policy research using base R script, foundation of school psychology, 60 hours online training on fundamental statistics with R Script and Jamovi with mentorship support provided by 3 mentors, a 4 month online certificate course on introduction to parenting for early childhood, and a 6 months online training on foundation of applied psychometrics using Jamovi and RStudio. In 2025, RPIT conducted 4 research internship programs for undergraduate and postgraduate students supported by structured paid mentorship. A research internship in career counseling was offered to ICFAI University Tripura with 38 students enrolled, guided by 3 mentors. The RAN-based data science using Excel internship was conducted separately for Maharaja Manindra Chandra College as a 60-hour program. 8 students enrolled, supported by 1 mentor, and for Haldia Institution as a 120-hour program, 38 students enrolled, supported by 3 mentors. In addition, a paid research internship in industrial safety psychology was offered to postgraduate students with a psychology background, with 3 interns enrolled. With a total of 131 students enrolled in 2025, 100 technical reports submitted by students, including 4 anecdotal reports and support for 3 projects on data analysis and PhD research. RPIT continued to foster research and academic excellence. As a register vendor of Tata Power, RPIT has developed a research collaboration involving the creation of the safety consciousness scale and the conduct of psychometric assessments for worker classification with respect to safety consciousness for Haldia, Jojobera, TPNODL, and PPGCL, with 2 assessment reports submitted. RPIT's psychometric safety training approach emphasizes worker categorization, cost effective training, and safety culture development, and has been successfully implemented in Haldia, West Bengal, and Jharkhand, with participation for more than 1,000 workers across Odisha, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tripura, and West Bengal. RPIT also published paper in 2025, including Effectiveness of Rabindra's Values in Addressing Perfectionism by Farah Ahmed, SPJP Journal of Multidisciplinary Sciences, Musical Aptitude and Cognitive Growth, a culturally rooted assessment framework based on Rabindra Sangeet by Gargi, International Journal of Music and Performing Arts. Revisiting rank based data in social sciences insights from percentile transformation updates by Devdulal Datta Roy, and value preferences among adolescents, a study of path and goal oriented Rabindra's values, Mind and Society by Devdulal Datta Roy and Farah Ahmed. Before moving ahead, I would like to briefly introduce our president, Dr. Devdulal Datta Roy. He is a psychologist whose work spans psychology, statistics, and data science with a strong focus on integrated quantitative methods into behavioral research. He has served as a head of the psychology research unit at the Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata, where he contributed significantly to interdisciplinary research combining psychology with statistical analysis. His work focuses on areas like psychometrics, rank based data analysis, and the application of AI and data science in social science research. He has also authored books on statistics and art programming, aiming to make analytical tools accessible to students and researchers. He is also the founder of RPIT, where he is developing the framework of Rabindra's psychotherapy by integrating Tagore's philosophical ideas with modern psychological science. His continuous efforts in AI integrated research and training are reflected in the programs we are offering today. These are glimpses of our RPIT newsletter through which we regularly share our academic activities and achievements. This is our January 2026 RPIT newsletter where we highlighted RPIT updates and community development. And this is our February March 2026 newsletter where we highlighted RPIT Sunday webinar series, academic visit, professional training initiative, knowledge feature, and national recognition. Today, we are conducting the 113th Sunday webinar. This webinar series aims to provide an academic platform where students, researchers, and professionals can engage with issues in psychology, counseling, and human development. Today's session focuses on the topic AI meditated parenting or parental counseling. The discussion will explore how the increasing presence of artificial intelligence in everyday life influences children learning, behavioral, emotional regulation, and identity development, along with the emerging role of parental counseling in guiding responsible and balanced technology use. Today's webinar will be chaired by Mohammad Kamladuddin, professor in the Department of Psychology at the University of Dhaka and PhD from Kyushu University, Japan. The speaker for today's session is Prachi Joshi, lecturer at MP Shah College of Arts and Commerce, who will share her insights on the psychological implications of AI exposure and the importance of developing healthy digital practices for children and parents. We hope today's session will provide meaningful insights into the intersection of technology, parenting, and psychology well being. Before concluding, I would like to briefly share some current academic initiatives of the RPRIT. RPRIT is launching a 4-month interdisciplinary training program on industrial safety and psychological counseling. The course focuses on theories of safety and psychological counseling, interdisciplinary perspectives in safety such as forensic science, judicial science in safety, behavioral economics in safety, environmental science in safety, and statistical approaches in safety, along with practical application. This program is designed for postgraduates in psychology, applied psychology, and social sciences, as well as safety professionals who are interested in understanding psychological dimensions of workplace safety and counseling intervention. Alongside this initiative, RPRIT is also inviting qualified teachers and researchers in psychology, organizational behavioral, and related interdisciplinary areas to contribute as faculty members for this training program and other emerging academic activities of the institute. In addition, RPRIT continues its 6-month online training on the foundation of applied psychometrics with Jamovi and R Studio, which focuses on applied psychometrics, research methods, foundation statistics, and practical data analysis. I would also like to announce that the upcoming session will be the 10th batch of this psychometric training program, reflecting the growing interest of students and researchers in developing research and data analysis competencies. Over to you, sir. Now. Thank you,
Okay,
everyone.
thank you. Thank you, Farah, for introducing the activities of RPRIT. Now I am presenting one model. Is this model visible to all of you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here you can find out the relation between Rabindra's psychotherapy architecture versus the AI architecture. In Rabindra's psychotherapy, we are giving importance on the layered consciousness. The three architectures are Murto, it is observable, sensory, behavioral expressions, the outward and tangible reality. Second is Rag, that is emotion, feeling, relationship, and inner processing, where meaning and attachment are formed. And next is the Saraswat layer, integration, wisdom, truth, harmony, and value realizations, highest level of consciousness. Similarly, if we think about the neural network architecture of artificial intelligence, initially we are collecting the data, that is the input layer. Next is the data mining. Data mining, it covers different type of statistical analysis, model development, and find out the patterns, relationship to represent the data. So this is the hidden layer. After that, we are going to the output layer. It produces the final result, decision or prediction. In this connection, I can tell that is I have developed another concept that is the psychoinformatics long back. And the psychoinformatics that also gives me insight for developing these three architecture, that is the Murto, Rag and Saraswat, besides our regular psychological therapy and psychological counseling. So I am presenting this thing to justify that is why I have uh, or RPRIT has accepted the webinar on AI mediated parenting and counseling. And I am very much privileged that Professor Kamaluddin sir is here as the chairperson of this 113th webinar. Professor Kamaluddin sir is a distinguished psychologist and professor at the University of Dhaka with a PhD from Kyushu University, Japan. Since 1998, he has built a strong academic career in teaching, research, and leadership in psychology. So he is considered as the role model for the future psychologist. His research focuses on psychometrics, school psychology, interpersonal relations, mental health, and perception. He has an extensive publication record with over 100 research works, more than 1,000 citations, and an H index of around 17. He holds key leadership roles, including Secretary General of the Bangladesh Psychological Association and Editor-in-Chief of the Bangladesh Journal of Psychology, alongside active involvement in international psychological organizations. Professor Uddin has contributed significantly to curriculum development, academic policy, and research supervision, guiding numerous PhD and postgraduate theses. He has led funded research projects on mental health, education, and social psychology. An active global scholar, he has delivered keynote lectures and participated in conferences across 19 countries. He regularly organizes training, workshops, and faculty development programs in psychometrics, research methods, and mental health. His achievements include prestigious awards such as INSPA Leadership Award 2019, along with the International Fellowship MEXT Erasmus Mundus. He is affiliated with major professional bodies, including the American Psychological Association. He is also engaged in policy work, consultancy, and editorial reviewing, contributing to research quality and educational standards. Technically, he is proficient in SPSS, R, and other tools, and is also multilingual in Bangla, English, Japanese, Arabic, and Hindi. So we are fortunate that Professor Kamaluddin sir is here. So I am requesting Kamaluddin sir to say few words about our topic. And after that, the presentation, you will share your own views about the presentation. So over to Professor Kamaluddin sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to everyone. Actually, you have introduced me very highly, and I am not such a distinguished personality. Basically, I am a Bengali professor like you, and I learned a lot from you, especially from your Ravindric psychotherapy webinar. Uh, This is the third time or fourth time I am attending this seminar, and the topic is so interesting. And what you have said is partially correct. You are a very dignified psychologist, to the best of my knowledge, and Indian psychologists admire and acknowledge your activities. And your psychology seems to be innovative and different from others. So I must admire, I must appreciate your regular activities, regular initiatives, and interesting topics regularly come on the webinar. So I am fortunate, I am blessed, and I am really thankful to you, sir. And I am also looking for hearing our presenters, Prasi Joshi's madam's presentation. I am really willing to learn a lot because the topic is so timely that we should focus on this issue at our earliest best, because the parents even do not notice what is happening around us. And I think uh, today's generation is digital neighbors, and we are the digital immigrants, because today's children born with technologies. In that sense, they are ahead of us, and we should be very much careful while rearing our children. With this note, thank you so much, sir, and wishing a good presentation of Prasi Joshi ma'am. Looking forward to. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now I am requesting our student Falak Qureshi to introduce our speaker. And before that, please you introduce yourself.
Okay, sir. I am Falak Qureshi, studying at SMT Manibhen MMP Shah College, Women's College from Mumbai, Matunga. Uh, our today's speaker, Ms. Prachi Joshi, is a counseling psychologist and a lecturer at SMT Manibhen MP Shah Women's College. She has a strong academic background in counseling psychology and specializes in areas such as emotional intelligence, developmental psychology, and community mental health. She has experience in teaching, guiding student research, and supervising internship in community settings. Trained in narrative therapy, her approach is empathetic, practical, and focused on real life application of psychological concepts. In this webinar, she will share her valuable insight on how AI influences child cognitive, emotional, and social development. Her session is expected to be interactive, insightful, and highly relevant to the modern parenting. Thank you.
Now, Professor Joshi, please you share your screen if possible.
Yes, sir. Is my screen visible?
It is coming. Yeah, now it is coming.
Okay. Okay. Should I start?
Yeah, you can start.
Good morning, everyone. Before we begin the session, I wanted to thank Dr. Dibdulal Roy, sir, Ravindrik Psychotherapy Research and Institute Trust, and for introducing me and inviting me for this 113th webinar. So, the topic that I chose was AI mediated parenting or parental counseling. So, let's start with a very small activity. I will be just putting a link, and the link will give me responses. Can you all see the link in the chat box?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Can you all just type in your responses for the question? Do you see the question? You can just type in the responses and click on submit. Okay. I can see the words as supportive, emotional, available, and good parents. So the question that is on the screen is, what are the components of good parenting? Or what are the components of parenting in general? Okay. So yes, as we rightly discussed, I will share my screen again. Yes. And can somebody just answer in what capacity do we use AI currently? Anybody?
We use AI every day a lot.
Every day a lot, correct. So we might be using AI. So there are different functions of AI that we currently have in our lives. One is using AI for just as an assistant or a tool to give us information or help us with our day-to-day tasks. Second use of AI can be a companion who we have started talking to as one of our friends. Then we use AI for informative purposes, for like generative AI for so as I have used generative AI by Notebook LM to give me these slides for today's presentation. That is how we can use AI, or we can use AI as our guide, as our mentor. And with this, we have started seeing that we our need of human contact is decreasing day by day. So whatever questions we have, whatever issues we have, we the first response is to go to AI for all the answers, because we know that AI has all the answers, right? So in today's session, we are going to see how AI has entered parenting, and what happens, why the landscape of AI for parenting is changing, and how children are using AI where parents can or were helping them in previous setting. So as you can see, we have a general understanding of what AI is. So AI always gives correct answer, is what we think, but it's seldom right, I would say. But sometimes AI does not have all the answers and it can hallucinate and give us wrong answers. Then AI improves learning or attention or cognitive skills is what we have understood so far, which is also not really right. Then AI can replace emotional intelligence or emotional companions, which is also not really right. And then children who use AI become more smarter or become more independent is also something that is not true. So how is AI now coming into the picture? To first understand parenting, we should understand how parents play an important role in all of this. So, parenting is not just caregiving, parenting is not just being there for the kid or fulfill their physiological requirements such as feeding, bathing, or providing them with a house or making sure that they are safe. It's not just that, it's also helping them adjust to their social environments, helping them learn about emotional connectivity, emotional security. And by parenting, we are also somewhere instilling how attachment works, how children can become autonomous, and the parents sort of support them with all of that. That is a part and parcel of parenting. Then, so parents teach us how we regulate emotions, how we relate to others, how we uh, are supposed to function in our social world. And by that, there are different levels of development that children go through. So first is psychosocial development. The Erikson model talks about the developmental theory. We have a lot of theorists giving developmental stages for children. Erik Erikson is one of the uh, most talked model. Then we have Freud, who talks about how development works throughout the childhood, and many more. So then Horner talks about emotional security, that if the child does not have emotional security, the child can grow up with unmet needs, which will lead to anxiety and maladaptive coping patterns. Then we come to attachment theories by Bowlby. Then so consistent warm interactions with parents are the primary reason why children grow up and learn about or form healthy attachments. If there is not a consistent and warm interaction in the childhood with the parents, then the children will grow up and not have healthy attachment with other adults. So development may it be cognitive, may it be social, may it be psychological, is always shaped by human interaction and not just information given by data. There have been researchers which have experimented with baby monkeys, where one of the baby monkey was given. So there were two sets of uh, parents, not actual human parents, but in a cradle, there was one machine which was just feeding the monkey and one with a cotton blanket. So the monkey which had a cotton blanket developed a better emotion regulation strategies as compared to the monkey which was only fed and not given any kind of emotional security or any kind of companionship. So that also proves us that just feeding or meeting the needs of the baby is not enough. They also need physical attachment. They also need something that they can feel comfort with. Then in the the traditional flow of parenting used to go from parent teaching children about different things and then child learning about technology as they grow up and as they go to school, etc. Parents actively mediated the child's relationship with tools. So parents were the primary teacher, if we would call it, and then technology came into play with used to help them or assist them, teaching them. It started from preschool years, leading to their secondary schools and further. Now, what has happened is there is a lot of influx of AI into schools, into schooling systems, into even their day-to-day life. So, if they have any questions, we have uh, we we have become modern with technology in terms of uh, Google, or we just can say hello Google and it gives you a assistant which is also now AI operated. So child first goes to AI, or it focuses on AI as a primary tool or support system before the parent is involved. And with the integration of technology in the schooling systems currently, the AI has also sort of become their primary teacher, where technology is teaching them, where videos are teaching them. We talk a lot about having ICT tools or using AI or integrating AI for teaching students, but with that, there is a lack of human interaction or human companion or human teaching which is involved with the kids. And that has different impact on the kids ecosystem. First is the AI, or AI has become a teacher where they explains concepts. Then AI has also become a creator, whereas I myself am giving an example where I am using this PPT made by Notebook LM AI, where I just have to put in content and it gives me or generates material for me. So where I do not have to use my own creativity skills, AI does it for me. Then companion. It offers immediate, non-judgmental emotional responses via voice AI bots, or even if we call it, we have bots like ChatGPT, which we can regularly talk to as a human being. We just tell ChatGPT about something and it gives us instant response. So instant gratification is one of the things that is reinforcing why children go towards AI more and more, because human connections or human interactions might not be able to give us that. Then monitoring. Then so these are also components where parents can play a very important role. But currently, this is what children are using AI for. It is also a decision maker for them. So uh, before we go on to how parents can use AI, we have to ask ourselves that why the need of understanding how AI is mediating parents today has come up rather than previous years. AI developed as a very small tool to only assist with working organizations or assist in workplace settings only. Then it trickled down to our current ecosystems where we use AI for anything and everything. I can just ask AI to give me a recipe for something and it can help me, assist me by step process of doing that. Then at the same time, parents are becoming busier than usual because of their work, because they are also maybe parents are less familiar with the technology as compared to their kids, and that is also why kids are becoming more dependent on AI, because it can give us answers faster than parents can. Then since we are uh, exposing children to AI or even technology from very early ages, like just showing them cartoons such as Peppa Pig or uh, other cartoons, might also hamper their attention skills, might also hamper how quickly they are able to grasp concepts. Then what happens is AI naturally steps in not as a replacement but as a support system that slowly becomes influential. Then, so how parents can modify AI is, first is AI can be a teacher, which can help them learn concepts or complete homeworks, give them deadlines. AI is very good with deadlines. If you just tell AI to, remind me of this task for, and this is the deadline for it, it will just remind you at a certain point or after certain hours that you are giving it time to. Then it can generate answers for you. So we think it is helpful because AI is doing most of your work, but when it is generating answers for you, writing your essays for you, giving you presentations where you have to use very little of your prompting skills, not even like having to think about what you have to say. No, you just have to use a correct prompt and it will give you the material that you require. This shifts focus from understanding to getting answers quickly. We are not running behind if we have conceptual understanding of something, we are just running behind how can we get answers very quickly. Then AI as a companion, as we talked about. You can ask personal questions to AI or vent out or just seek reassurance. Chatbots are designed in a way that if you say certain things, it will just tell you that, okay, you are correct, and this is exactly how you should feel, or your feelings are justified, or I understand why you feel a certain way. So it responds immediately without judgment. And how that hampers their development is, kids get trained in whatever I say, I am going to get reassurance without any kind of roadblocks. So that trains them to think that whatever I am feeling is okay and I am going to face no challenges. Then AI as decision makers, how a, a person just, I'm sure we have all seen Instagram videos where uh, we just talk about how people now even responding to personal messages, they ask AI ki, what should be my next reply to this be, because they have lost the capacity of thinking. Then in cases of younger children, parents can help track their behaviors, monitor their developmental stages, and give recommendations to responses. So again, AI is trainable. So parents can train AI bots to talk with the child in a certain way. So AI, from this, we just get that AI is not just a tool, it can be a teacher, companion, guide, and participant to the child's development. It is, we are no longer using AI to whenever we have a roadblock. No, we are using AI as a co-parent. There is a beautiful video, it's a TED talk by uh, it's from Sonoma County. The TED talk is specifically talking about AI chatbots as co-parents, which also help uh, parents regulate their emotions, take a breather, and just focus on how they are feeling as well. Now there is psychological impact to how AI has been impacting us. Then now we can talk about ethical consideration, but I'm sure we all know about these ethical consideration. Before we move on, I want to show you a video. I don't know how much that is possible. Can you hear this video?
No, ma'am, it's not audible.
Not audible. Okay. If I share the video link, can you share it, Falak?
Sure, ma'am, I'll try.
Okay. I will try again. Tell me if it is audible.
And I do not receive funding, nor have I ever from big
It's
tech.
audible now.
So a sad fact our generation has to face is this. Our kids are less cognitively capable than we were at their age. Every generation has outperformed their parents, and that's exactly what we want. We want sharper kids. And the reason for this largely has been school. Each generation spends more time in school. We use school to develop our cognition until Gen Z. Gen Z is the first generation in modern history to underperform us on basically every cognitive measure we have, from basic attention to memory to literacy to numeracy to executive functioning to even general IQ, even though they go to more school than we did. So why? What happened? What happened around 2010 that decoupled schooling from cognitive development? It can't be school. Schools basically look the same. It can't be biology. This hasn't had enough time to change. The answer appears to be the tools we are using within schools to drive that learning. Across 80 countries, as Jean was just saying, if you look at the data, once countries adopt digital technology widely in schools, performance goes down significantly, to the point where kids who use computers about 5 hours per day in school for learning purposes will score over 2/3 of a standard deviation less than kids who rarely or never touch tech at school. And that's across 80 countries. Bring it home to the US. Let's go to the US. We have our NAEP. That's our big data. Take any state, and here's a fun experiment you can try. Take any state NAEP data, compare that to when that state adopted one-to-one technology widely, and watch what happens. The NAEP data will plateau and then start to drop. But of course, this is all correlative. What we really want is causative. To get causation, what you need is academic research, and you need mechanisms, explanations for why we're seeing what we're seeing. Luckily, we have academic research stretching back to 1962 that shows the exact same story for 60 years. When tech enters education, learning goes down. In fact, because what do kids do on computers? They skim. So rather than determining what do we want our children to do and gearing education towards that, we are redefining education to better suit the tool. That's not progress, that is surrender. So as we go through our discussion today, there's going to be a lot of talk about smartphones and social media, rightly so. But I'm the voice here to remind you that even in schools, it doesn't matter what the size of the screen is, if it's a phone, if it's a laptop, if it's a desktop, and it doesn't matter who bought it. Is it school sanctioned? Does it have the word education stamped on it? It doesn't matter. All of these things are also going to hurt learning, which in turn are going to hurt our kids' cognitive development, right at the time when we need our kids to be sharper than we are.
This has to stop. Like this post, follow No Dice, and join me for No Dice 45.
This video highlights a bigger problem that we are facing currently. I'm sure, as he talked about, it's 80% of the countries that are using AI or generative AI or even technology for that matter. It's not going to stop, or it's not going to help us to just address the problems or just say that, you know what, this is what it is and we cannot help it. We can, as parents, we can decide how much exposure can we or should we give to the students or to children. There are parents who regulate or control how much screen time the children have. Then there are parenting AI bots. It's called as Parenting GPT. Parenting GPT helps you with regular day-to-day chats or day-to-day things about parenting. I will show you the interface just so that we can get a look. So this is how the interface of the Parenting GPT looks. You can download this app as well. So there are questions, or you can ask any specific parenting questions that it can give you answers. Parenting GPT is your smart parenting assistant. It will give you quick advice on baby care, feeding, sleeping, or other parenting concerns. So we can ask one question and just see how it responds. It's configuring. So these are 8-point answers that it has given us just now. We can maybe use the prompt which is child specific to our children's needs and then ask them about this. It has now given us things such as lead by example, involve them in meal prep, offer a variety of food, create a routine, make meal enjoyable, be patient with new foods, limit sugary drinks and snack, educate about nutrition. So this is what a parenting AI would do with will be like a co-parent to us. There are certain things which we won't have to think about so much. So then where is that? Then there are the 4 C's of parenting responses. One is co-use, using AI with children so that we can also monitor what they are doing. So and we can most of us are teachers and we know how we use AI with our students. Same as that, we can use AI with kids where we are telling them to use AI, but also asking follow-up questions like, why do you think AI give you this response? Or maybe just telling them to think about it first and then use AI to cross-check their answers, such as critical thinking. Again, verify, compare, and question. You can also question the responses that AI has given you. So we can do it with maybe kids who are above the age of 5. Before the age of 5, I don't think we can do it with the kids. Then we can control the time that they are spending with AI. And curiosity again. Do you agree with AI, or why do you agree with AI? Are there any uh, different opinions you have based on the answers that AI has given you? Or maybe do your friends think in a different manner than the AI thinks? So we can, again, as I said, AI is trainable. We can just coach it to fulfill our requirements. Now, we have talked about kids whose developmental milestones are normal. What to do with kids who have special needs? So when we talk about AI in parenting, it's it becomes important to also think about kids who have special needs. For example, children with speech or communication difficulties can use AI-based AAC tools like Prolog to Go or Avaz, which help them express themselves through symbols or voice outputs, sometimes for the very first time as well. Then, children with learning difficulties such as dyslexia or even ADHD can benefit from tools like Read and Write or Co-Writer, which read texts aloud, predict words, and supports comprehension at their own pace. There are also applications like Seeing AI that assist children with visual impairments, describing text and surrounding, so which makes everyday life more uh, easy or accessible for them. Then children with autism, AI-based systems, and even social robots can help them practice communication and recognize emotions. Children can just talk with AI and ask, what is the social cue interpreted as? In India, researchers are developing AI tools that track behavior and design personalized therapy setups, also making intervention more targeted and efficient. Even therapists can use AI not to co-therapy with them, but maybe uh, making or designing worksheets, designing activities which are more accessible, designing uh, play times with AI. There are a lot of gaming apps or game development app rather, and even apps such as Notebook LM gives us very interactive models which we can use with students. So AI should not become like a primary mode of support because there are risks associated with that. But counselors, so parents initially or primarily, and then counselors can use it to integrate AI-based modules to teach children better or to guide or help them better. Now, how to coach it? So, in India, there are different apps which are already being developed. One is NCRT app for young children. I will share my screen again. So as I was giving examples, these are the apps. Then NCRT has launched an app called eMagic Box, designed for children as young as 3 to 8 years of age, using AI bots to make learning interactive. Then AI Companion for Children. This is a Bangalore-based startup that has launched a voice-based AI companion for children as young as 0 to 7 years, aimed at conversation, emotional interaction, as well as it is designed for learning. And then parenting in digital age is one of the things that recent Indian reports highlight that children are exposed to digital environments from very young age. It can help parents set boundaries, build digital awareness, and it also advises parents on how to actively guide children's digital use. Then there is a CBSE parenting calendar, where CBSE has recently introduced a structured parenting calendar to increase parent involvement in children's development. So we are saying that human companionship is reducing, and that is why AI is or AI use is on the high. But then we have to increase human interaction as well, and not just teach children how to use AI responsibly. So we can parents can use AI to plan activities with children, like we said, from all of these apps. And then when we talk about mental health in India, there is one specifically in Maharashtra, which is now focusing on children's mental health, emotional regulation, and stress management. So there in Maharashtra they are developing a AI bot which is only focusing on mental health and how these bots can provide a specific or personalized therapy to children as well as parents. So these are the things that are currently under development and will help parenting be more accessible, more inclusive to children's needs, and also create a healthy balance between human interactions as well as AI. There are ethical concerns associated with this, but then using AI responsibly is one of the things, or teaching how to use AI responsibly to children can reduce the risk of harm. And like I talked about the 4 Cs. So the objectives of 4 Cs is coaching how to do or use AI better in parenting, and not merely controlling how kids are using it. So again, the the takeaway from this can be AI is going to be a permanent fixture in modern digital cradle, and removing that will not be helpful at all. Instead, we must integrate it very mindfully, and parents here are going to face a lot of challenges while integrating it, because parents themselves are learning more and more about AI as we go. And then artificial intelligence will never replace the necessity of human parenting. Even if we do talk about a lot of AI in parenting, it's not going to remove the crux of parenting, where parents are not just uh, the feeders or taking care of kids in their physiological needs and safety needs, but also companions who shape their development and influence how they interact and form relationships. So, parents and educators who understand AI will be the ones equipped to protect and prepare the next generation in using AI more responsibly, more mindfully. That's it from my side.
Okay, thank you, madam, for your presentation. We have learned some of the AI tools from you related to the parenting, and which are under the process. That is also we have noted. Now, in AI, the major thing is the machine learning. So machine learning is the base, and through the machine learning, AI is giving the decision. And when AI is giving the decision, And specifically through the machine learning, AI follows three principles. First principle is the supervised learning. Another one is unsupervised learning. Another one is reinforcement learning. Now, it has been noted that in case of the reinforcement learning, when the AI user is telling, that is, I like your comment. Okay, at that time, if the user is very much emotional, AI cannot understand the emotional condition of the user. Okay, and AI accepted the opinion. And AI is giving some of the suggestion to the user, and in near future that is threatening to the mental health of the AI user. So this is one of the major problems in using the AI. So in that condition, do you have any suggestion or any observation? Because some people, they committed suicide after interacting with AI. Now the question, that is, AI cannot understand the emotional pattern of the user. AI cannot study. So in the face-to-face condition, what the psychological counselor can understand, AI cannot understand. So in that context, do you think that this is the limitation of AI, or you have some suggestion?
It is definitely a limitation of AI, sir. I think I have been talking about this with my friends who are into machine learning and who are into AI engineering. So they have also been giving me responses such as AI is trained, or the inputs that are already been stored in AI are only related to certain terminologies that we use. So, for example, anything related to suicidal ideations or self-harm behavior, if it is put in those exact words, only then AI can recognize it as a threat, and then it can desist a person from doing it. But if we are using synonyms or just talking to AI about I do not want to live anymore, so then it is not going to give responses which will detest or tell the person to not engage in certain things. So that is also why people who talk to AI about self-harm tendencies in not those exact words are more at risk. And so one thing that we can do at current level is spreading awareness about how AI is not very good at handling emotions. Even if you think that it is a companion to you, even if it is reassuring you when there is no other human interaction that can reassure you, the awareness of how AI is not really an friend or emotional companion should be built. When we talk about training or even talking to children or teaching children about AI, this becomes important that seek help whenever necessary, but from a certified practitioner or from a human. So when you think about seeking help, go to people who can actually help you and not just reassure you in ways that you want. Because again, as you said, it is a reinforcement part of the AI. So teaching them that no person can help you better than a human is one of the things that we can do. Again, then telling them that AI is not a substitute for human interactions or human connection becomes important. I think at this stage we can do that, and we can also train AI to understand these cues better. So even if we as users of AI are not using exact words of say let's say suicide or self-harm, but again, you using all the synonymous words or entering it into the database of AI so that the AI also recognizes things faster. So I think engineers are into it and they are giving AI those words so that AI can also pick on it faster.
So you are suggesting that before giving any answer, AI should study the user's consciousness. That is
Yes.
vital. Because in our psychological counseling, for example, in my approach, I am following the drawing therapy. Okay. So when my patient usually tells everything about her or his complaints, after that, I am giving one page and I am telling him that is, please you draw any picture, whatever comes to your mind. After that, you can draw one person. So following the drawing, then I can understand the consciousness level, and based upon that, we are giving the suggestion. So AI is
Right.
in this this thing is not possible in case of the AI.
It is not. It is not. So maybe if it is feasible, we can have. So they are coming up with therapy bots, but there can be just as we have front systems of helpline or
Right.
helpline numbers, we can also have like a helpline chat bot where there are therapists behind the AI bot and they can recognize these cues and effectively help the person.
Okay, thank you, madam. Um, Professor Kamaluddin sir,
Yes, sir.
please you share your observation.
Thank you, sir. I was actually listening to the mesmerizing presentation of Prasi Joshi, and I came to learn many new things, especially the video she has shared has given me insight that Gen Z is declining in their educational attainment.
Yeah.
And the very old theory that we all know that AI can help a great deal, that's true. At the same time, the sensory deprivation cannot be compensated because of the very presence of AI. So the generation who are going to be grown up through interacting with AI, someday how their emotional intelligence will be, I think Prasi Joshi madam can best answer. But in my view, you can visualize that whenever we feel something, we want to touch, we want to be near somebody, that is quite absence in case of interaction with AI. So, as Prasi Joshi madam says rightly, that it can be supplemented, it can be complemented, it cannot be substituted. So, AI should be judiciously used, whether you use it for counseling or any other. But one good advantage for AI that is very much related to school psychology, as you know, sir, all learners are very individualized. So IEP, individualized educational plan, that our regular classrooms teachers cannot provide. Even parents cannot, but AI can. Because AI follow what is the interest of the children, and based on their interest they can interact. So in that case it can be a very good complement for I think individualized educational plan, and if it is programmed nicely, the parenting ChatGPT can help a great deal. And I think school psychologist and especially Dr. Devdulal Dottoray sir, Prasi Joshi madam, you can make a new design for children of our countries, especially the Indian subcontinent. These children are actually different from those of uh, individualistic society. We are collectivist society, we have some shared values, and we prefer to be with other people. So in that case, AI cannot be of great help for us, but definitely if we use it judiciously, we can be benefited. And I think this presentation was really awesome, excellent. And thank you, Dr. Sir, for arranging such innovative topic seminar. And I will be happy to join in future as well. With this few note, I thank you very much, the presenter today.
Okay, thank you, sir, for giving your valuable answer, question, suggestion also. Because Madam Prachi Joshi has also pointed out that is the AI for parenting. So parenting GPT, that is a very nice observation that I have noted. So like that, maybe there will be the some psycho GPT or like that, or counseling GPT, I do not know. So that will be in the future area. Achha, now we have Ishani Guho. Ishani Guho is the undergraduate student of Ashutosh College. I have requested her to play one Rabindra Sangeet. I think she
Great.
is okay. So Ishani, are you ready now?
Yes, sir.
Please you play. Yeah.
Okay. আনন্দ ধারা বহিছে ভুবনে দিন রজনী কত অমৃত রস থলি যায় অনন্ত গগনে আনন্দ ধারা বহিছে ভুবনে।
Okay, thank you, Ishani.
Welcome.
Very true. We are
স্যার আর
feeling.
কেউ নাই যে নব আনন্দে জাগো এই গানটা গাইতে পারবে স্যার?
নব আনন্দে জাগো, okay.
এটা প্রাচী যোশী ম্যাডাম গাইলে ভালো হতো, কারণ আপনার
প্রাচী
আরেকটা
যোশী
সেমিনারে
ম্যাডাম।
আমি এটা শুনছিলাম, আমি এটা শুনতে পারলে ভালো লাগতো, অথবা মোনালিসা যদি পারে।
হ্যাঁ, হ্যালো মোনালিসা। Hello, Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa is also our student. Mona Lisa is
Yeah, I
doing
know her.
PhD.
She is from Orissa, perhaps.
She is from Odisha and she is doing PhD in Andhra Pradesh. Hello, Mona Lisa, are you here?
Good morning, sir. I don't know this song, sir.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
sir.
you know Ananda Loke.
Yes, sir.
So please you play Ananda Loke.
Yes, sir.
Because without Rabindra Sangeet we cannot complete.
Okay, sir. আনন্দ লোকে মঙ্গলালোকে বিরাজ সত্য সুন্দর আনন্দ লোকে মঙ্গলালোকে বিরাজ সত্য সুন্দর মহিমা তব উদ্ভাসিত মহাগগন মাঝে মহিমা তব উদ্ভাসিত মহাগগন মাঝে বিশ্ব জগত মণিভূষণ বেষ্টিত চরণে আনন্দ লোকে মঙ্গলালোকে বিরাজো সত্য সুন্দর গ্রহ তারক চন্দ্র তপন বাকুল দ্রুত বেগে গ্রহ তারক চন্দ্র তপন বাকুল দ্রুত বেগে করিছে পান করিছে স্নান আশায় কিরণে ধরণী পরে ঝরে নির্ঝর মোহন মধু শোভা ফুল পল্লব গীত গন্ধ সুন্দর বরণে বহে জীবন রজনী দিন চির নূতন ধারা করুণা তব অবিশ্রাম জনমে মরণে স্নেহ প্রেম দয়া ভক্তি কোমল করে প্রাণ কত সন্তান করো বর্ষণ সন্তাপ হরণে জগতে তব কি মহোৎসব বন্দন করে বিশ্ব শ্রী সম্পদ ভূমস্পদ নির্ভয় শরণে আনন্দ লোকে মঙ্গলালোকে বিরাজো সত্য সুন্দর বিরাজো সত্য সুন্দর বিরাজো সত্য সুন্দর
Wow.
Sir,
Feeling very much peace.
thank you,
Total
sir.
peace. Thank you. Thank you. Feeling very peace now.
Thank you, sir.
স্যার এবার আপনি একটা গান
আপনারা সবাই হাত জোড় করুন। ওম পূর্ণমদঃ পূর্ণমিদং পূর্ণমুদচ্যতে পূর্ণস্য পূর্ণমাদায় পূর্ণমেবাবশিষ্যতে। ওম শান্তি শান্তি শান্তি। Whatever the knowledge we have received today, that will be fulfilled and that will be meaningful in our future. And we pray for the peace, and for peace. Thank you all. Now I am closing the 113th seminar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all for
Thank
your
you, sir.
participation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you once again. See you soon. And I invite
Thank you,
you
sir.
all to come to Bangladesh during December. We have third international conference on psychometrics to be held during December 18 and 19 in the University of Rajshahi campus. So very close to West Bengal. You can come by bus. You can come by even cycle or rickshaw. Just you need a visa. And I think Dr. Devdullah Dotto
Visa
sir,
is the main problem. We are not getting visa
I think
to
by
go to the
December
Bangladesh.
things will be okay, and I hope you all can join.
Thank you, sir, for your announcement.
Thank
I
you,
hope
sir.